Smoke them if you got them. Oh. Dark Match Steve, please don't leave. If you're here, and be queer together forever. I will indeed. You will love me. Alright, no more freestyling. What the hell? What have you people stumbled into this time? This is Dark Time with Dark Match Steve. If you're here, I don't know what kind of rabbit hole of a YouTube algorithm you fell into, but here we are. Dark Match Steve up in the piece. This is Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. I'm here every weeknight till the end of time. Into eternity. Well past when you're dead. I'll be here weeknights, 8 o'clock. Who's up in the chat? Who's here already? Rainy. What's up, Rainy, the Oklahoma realtor? Airplane Willie, my buddy. What's up, guys? How's it going? I thought I saw Fat Pig up here. Yeah, what's up, Fat Pig? What's up, guys? How's it going? Oh, shit, I'm not even on the fucking screen right now. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay. What's up? What's up? Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. They are dark times indeed. It's the fucking DNC in the shithole they call Chicago. How about that shit? How's that working out for them? So yeah, they had protests yesterday, and they look like a lot of fun, really. Had signs for pro-abortion, signs with a QR code that they would send you free abortion pills and stirrups and stuff to do your own abortion at home. And then also people with Kamala kills babies signs. So that was really interesting. You had people complaining about Kamala killing babies, but then you had people promoting killing babies, your own baby. I guess it's your baby, so you should be allowed to kill it, but you're not allowed to kill other brown babies across the planet somewhere else in the Middle East. So anyway, it's a good time though. Yeah, we're going to go over today. I got a few things here planned. First, as you saw in the thumbnail, we're going over Biden's speech at the I almost said RNC, DNC, and we're going over Hillary Clinton's as well. I've just seen a couple small clips. I truly haven't watched this. Last night I was streaming, and Biden didn't go on to speak till like 10 at night or some shit. He must have actually smoked some of Hunter's crack to be able to be up at 10 o'clock at night. That old fucking corpse of a human. He probably smoked Hunter's crack and it wasn't enough. So he actually smoked some PCP too, just to keep his brain running on a couple cylinders. Let me go to, where are we going to go first? I emailed that one thing to myself. Let's see. I'm going to YouTube here. I guess I'll pull up the did I watch it? No, it's not in my history. I'll pull up the debates, or not the debate, the fucking speeches. Let's start with fucking we'll start with Biden. And then I sent an email I found a clip on where was this article? I'll never remember it's some name. I'll pull up let's see, I'll pull up my fucking email here because I sent this fucking link to myself for um it was CNN, a panel of CNN hosts at the DNC, and they were talking about I was outside and I was doing shit, but I was like watching this clip. But it's something about how Kamala just recycled the fucking bullshit, um the platform. I guess this is like the set of um the things that they have planned, the policies and stuff that they have planned. They give this to the DNC or something like that, to show what their plans are. And then they look through this and it literally had Biden's name in it a bunch of times. Like, they didn't even bother to put out a new set of plans for Kamala. They just use Biden's. Why isn't this fucking working? Is my internet that bad right now? No, we're good. Here it comes. Stop. I'll screen share with this other page first. We'll go through this real quick. Just this will set the tone for the fucking DNC, what we're getting into. Posty motherfucker, you're in here shouting out other shows. Don't you know when I have something planned on here, there's nothing else more important that's going to happen. Remember, I planned my ice bath, and that whole fucking Trump Elon Musk interview was delayed for my whole ice bath. It didn't even start till I got out, okay? Who the fuck? Post Malone? I can't wait till he dies so I can just call him Ghost Malone, because I think that'll be really fucking funny. He looks like a complete fucking junkie. Worse than Kurt Cobain ever looked. No, you're good. You're good. No, bro, we should just switch up. You know what? Fuck the DNC. We should I should go and just rip off the Post Malone performance and stream it right on here. I'm not going to be on late though. For real though, I do have to leave in like an hour or so. So, let's get through this. Fuck, I didn't even screen share yet. Let me just show you guys this video. I don't remember if I came across this on Twitter or where. I must have been Twitter. So DNC unrevised. Okay, yes. DNC's unrevised platform allows Kamala Harris to stay vague, hide policy from American people. CNN. So yeah, this is what they were. That's right. They were saying that in this this platform, which I guess is the plans, or for the 4 years, their policies and their plans, they they have this printed out or something, and they were going through this and showing how it says Biden's name a bunch of places, and it says Biden's second term and all of this shit, when it should be saying for Kamala's term we will do this, and then Kamala will do this. But instead it says for Biden's second term we'll do this, and then Biden will do this. So it's like, they're like, why the fuck didn't they even make a new one for Kamala? Like, what's the deal? And they're saying this is a tactic to probably just make it to where people will be like, oh, this is what she's doing. And they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's Biden's thing and whatever. She'll probably do some of this shit too, whatever. She was his VP. So on CNN, hosts discuss how this better have the goddamn clip. Okay. Hosts discuss how the Democrat platform still having many mentions of President Joe Biden along with policy positions. Kamala Harris can stay vague about the specifics of her policy agenda going into the Democratic National Convention. So the comments came from Jake Tapper, who said that having Biden mentioned would leave the policies for Harris vague and unspecific and allows the campaign to place blame on Biden. This is just kind of interesting. I mean, maybe I'm accidentally biting onto some kind of fucking distraction or something like that. And this is, because it's fucking CNN. But it's just interesting to hear this. It's that they didn't even bother making a new policy platform for Kamala.
David Chalian, President Biden dropped out of the race a month and a day ago. You wouldn't know that if you read the Democratic platform because it repeatedly refers to President Biden's second term. There are roughly 19 or 20 mentions of President Biden's second term. They've had a month and a day to update it. Why haven't they?
Yeah, there won't be one of those, Biden's second term. We know that. And, listen, the platform was largely the draft of it put in place and voted on earlier this summer. And I think in talking to some folks, the idea of reopening the platform to try to fit in not yet fully developed Kamala Harris policies while they were quickly changing, they thought they would be opening a can of worms, right? And that there would be all of a sudden some fights about what goes in the platform, and they wanted to avoid that at all costs. So they're willing to take the hit.
Wait, whoa, hold on a second. Let's go back here. What did he say?
Listen, the platform was largely the draft of it put in place and voted on earlier this summer. And I think in talking to some folks, the idea of reopening the platform to try to fit in not yet fully developed Kamala Harris policies while they were quickly changing.
Not fully developed Kamala Harris policies. That's an interesting, I don't know if he's accidentally telling on himself there. Like, is he literally saying like they didn't redo it because Kamala Harris doesn't really know what the fuck her policies are going to be. She's fucking copying Trump. Well, half of her policies are Trump's ideas. So she's just kind of winging it. It sounds like he's saying that she's winging it. So they didn't bother printing up a new platform. That's a strange, I don't know how loose he's being with his explanation here, but that's interesting that he words it as he does.
They thought they would be opening a can of worms, right? And that there would be all of a sudden some fights about what goes in the platform, and they wanted to avoid that at all costs. So they're willing to take the hit on the fact that the platform is sort of a relic of the Biden era because it's a non-binding thing. They'll vote officially today as part of the party business to put it into effect. But as you know, it has no binding capacity to it.
Right. And we should note that this also allows Vice President Harris to stay vague, stay, unspecific. That's from the Biden platform. That's not ours.
That's just really interesting. So number one, it sounds like she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. They don't know what her policies are going to be. They didn't have this is the fucking DNC. They didn't have enough time. How recently did she actually figure out what she's doing, or does she even know yet? We're already at the DNC, and they didn't have enough time to print out another fucking platform. Because as he said, they're not, what was his wording? He said unfinished or something. That's just really interesting. Let me go back here. How did he word this again? I don't want to be too crazy, but
draft of it put in place and voted on earlier this summer. And I think in talking to some folks, the idea of reopening the platform to try to fit in not yet fully developed Kamala Harris policies while they were quickly changing.
Not fully developed Kamala Harris policies. This goes along with the theme that she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And you could argue, okay, maybe the people behind her do. Well, they haven't expressed that. The people behind her team or whatever, don't know what the policies are going to be enough. All the way up until the DNC, they still don't know what the fuck they're doing. They still don't know. That's kind of crazy. All right, let's pull up the YouTube here. We can get into the Biden debate. I keep saying debate. This fucking I wish we could go. I wish I was streaming back when the debate happened, because I would love to have streamed the debate. This is the speech, the DNC speech from Biden. Who would be less likely to hit me with a copyright? I don't know. Fox? Let's do Fox.
And now I would like to introduce my father, your 46th president of the United States, Joe.
My shower buddy, my shower partner, the guy that scrubs my back, my father, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
My shower buddy, he washes my hair, he takes pictures of my feet, washes my feet. Joe Biden. And I'll be at your side forever. You know you're loved. He's like, I showered with her. Her. The fat pig, do you think he's been inside? I won't have those kind of questions asked or answered on my stream. Okay, fat pig? Do you think he's been inside her? His own daughter? Of course he has, but we're not going to talk about that, okay? Wait, what did I highlight here? God damn it, you guys are going too fast. Gooding. Oh, fat pig, you're talking to fat pig. Oh, Junior Coltrane, what's up, what's up? Joe took showers with daughter until she was old enough to say no, no, no. Oh, yes. Bro, I did Junior, I'm not sure if you've seen, I did a song about that. What song did I redo? Oh, Daughter by Pearl Jam. But it's about Joe Biden showering with his daughter. I think it's on my this page, my YouTube. But yeah, bro, I did a fucking song about it. That's sick shit, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up how that got swept under the rug. It really, really, truly is. If there was anything like that about Trump saying he showered with his daughter, they blew up the fact that Trump said, yeah, my daughter is really hot. She's the hottest girl. In fact, if I were, because I was such a stud when I was younger, I would have been dating her because I always date the hottest women. But, and they blew that up like, oh my God, Donald Trump wants to fuck his daughter. And then we got a diary with Biden's daughter saying, hey, I felt really uncomfortable and possibly sexualized when my dad was showering with me. It wasn't bath time when I was 3 years old. He was showering with me at a point in my life where at least I'm old enough to recognize that it was inappropriate. So that's fucked up. And they just completely acted like nothing fucking happened. People don't even, I told people I was doing this parody song and people didn't even know what I was talking about. I'm like, how do people not know this? How? Okay, let's get to it. I need a clip of that. You know what, dude? I gotta start clipping some of my stuff to post other places because people, I post on Facebook and stuff when I'm going live. People don't know what the fuck it's like in here, so they don't click. It's a good time, okay? We're having fun on the Dark Match Steve stream. Don't get it twisted. I'm never gonna get through this. We gotta keep it rolling, guys. Come on. Thank you. Hurry up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hurry up. No one really likes this man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Just so everybody knows, I have this sped up some. He's not talking this fast, okay?
Thank you, Butcher. I tell you what. To my dearest daughter Ashley, God love you, you're incredible.
God damn, you're hot. You look good in that shower.
Thank you for the introduction and for being my courageous heart, along with Hunter and our entire family, and especially our rock, Jill. For as those of you who know us,
Iraq?
she still leaves me both breathless and speechless. Everybody knows her. I love her more than she loves me. She walks down the stairs and I still get that going boom, 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 boom. You all will know me. No, I'm not kidding. Let's give a special round of applause to our First Lady, Jill Biden.
Okay, look at this angle right here. Look at his face right here. I don't want to start with the conspiracies already, but that doesn't even look like the same man from the debate at all. I have this sped up so we can get through it faster. I feel like playing at normal speed to be able to listen to the speech. I mean, I guess he sounds like he used to sound, but this looks like a fucking mask right here. Like, look how full his face is.
My dad used to have an expression, for real. He'd say, Joey, family is the beginning, the middle, and the end. And I love you all. Folks. And America, I love you.
You know what my dad used to say about the family? You wash my back, I'll wash yours.
Folks, let me ask you.
Smoke him if you got him, okay? I'm packing a fucking bowl right now. I'm going to have to switch full screen to get me out of here so I can hit it, but we're smoke him if you got him, okay? We got to get through this.
Let me ask you. Are you ready to vote for freedom? Are you ready to vote for democracy and for America? Let me ask you, are you ready to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, President and Vice President of the United States? My fellow Democrats, my fellow Americans, nearly 4 years ago, in winter, on the steps of the Capitol, on a cold January day, I raised my right hand and I swore an oath to you and to God to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, and to faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States. In front of me was the city surrounded by the National Guard. Behind me, a Capitol just 2 weeks before had been overrun by a violent mob. But I knew then, from the bottom of my heart, that I knew now, there is no place in America for political violence. None. You cannot say you love your country only when you win.
Yes, I can.
In that moment, I wasn't looking to the past. I was looking to the future. I spoke of the work at hand, the moment we had to meet. It was, as I told you then, a winter of peril and possibility. Of peril and possibility. We're in the grip of a once-in-a-century pandemic, historic joblessness, a call for racial justice long overdue, clear and present threats to our very democracy. Thank you. And yet I believed then, and I believe now, that progress was and is possible. Justice is achievable, and our best days are not behind us, they're before us.
How do you know Kamala hasn't released all of her policy plans?
Now it's summer. The winter has passed. And with a grateful heart, I stand before you now.
Now it's summer. The winter has passed, and it's going to be winter again.
On this August night to report that democracy has prevailed. Democracy has delivered. And now democracy must be preserved.
How about Kamala not actually getting voted on for, to be the candidate? How about that democracy?
Heard me say it before.
You handed her the fucking what's the term? I'm too baked already. Anyway, yeah, you guys get it. What happened to them votes? No one voted for her to be nominated.
We're facing an inflection point. One of those rare moments in history when the decisions we make now will determine the fate of our nation and the world.
No, yeah, you're right. He looks he looks fucking pissed, Coltrane. That is a hate-filled man. That is an angry old man yells at sky. That's what that is right there. I mean, how would you feel if they wanted you to come speak at the DNC after they told you you're too fucking old to be president? How would you feel? You'd be mad too.
For decades to come. That's not hyperbole. I mean it literally. We're in a battle for the very soul of America. I ran for president in 2020 because of what I saw in Charlottesville in August of 2017. Extremists coming out of the woods, carrying torches, their veins bulging from their necks, carrying Nazi swastikas, and chanting the same exact.
What did he say about their bulges? What the fuck?
Anti-Semitic bile that was heard in Germany in the early 30s.
Uh-oh. Did you hear that? The DNC crowd wasn't too happy that he's calling someone else out for anti-Semitism. That flies right now with the Democrats. Come on, Joe. You lost half of the crowd right there, buddy. You have to allow the anti-Semitism to flow through your veins. Those crusty, near-death corpse-like veins you have. You got to let the anti-Semitism just take over, okay?
Nazis, white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan.
Whoa.
So emboldened by a president then in the White House that they saw as an ally. They didn't even bother to wear their hoods. Hate was on the march in America. Old ghosts and new garments.
Joe is old enough to actually have been wearing a hood back when the Klan was the Democrats. He used to wear those hoods. He remembers.
Stirring up the oldest divisions. Stoking the oldest fears. Giving oxygen to the oldest forces that they long sought to tear apart America. In the process, a young woman was killed. When I contacted her mother, I asked about what happened. She told me. When the president was asked what he thought had happened, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "There are very fine people on both sides. My God." That's what he said. That is what he said and what he meant.
He then, come on, Joe. We know Trump clarified right after that and said not the white supremacist or any of those fucking nasty David Duke and all of them. He specifically clarified that he was not talking about them, Joe. Come on.
That's when I realized, had listened to the admonition of my dead son, I could not stay in the sidelines. So I ran. Because I had no intention of running again. I just lost part of my soul. But I ran.
We can tell.
With a deep conviction in America. I know and believe in an America where honesty, dignity, decency still matter. An America where everyone has a fair shot and hate has no safe harbor. An America where the fundamental creed of this nation, that all of us are created equal, is still very much alive. And a broad coalition of Americans joined with me. 81 million voters voted for us. More than any time in all of history.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You are the most popular person on the planet, Joe. Don't let it get to your head, though. Stay humble.
Because of all of you in this room and others, we came together in 2020 to save democracy.
Yeah, Coltrane, half of the crowd, they look like they just want to fucking cry. And it's not the kind of cry like they actually care about the thing. It's the kind of just like they've just been waiting to cry about something. That's what it looks like. I agree. Trump rallies just look fun. Even when they're getting shot at, it looks like fun.
As your president, I've been determined to keep America moving forward, not going back, to stand against hate and violence in all its forms, to be a nation where we not only live with but thrive on diversity, demonizing no one, leaving no one behind, and becoming the nation that we profess to be. I also ran to rebuild the backbone of America, the middle class.
Whoa.
I made a commitment to you that I be a president for all Americans, whether you voted for me or not. We have done that. Studies show the major bills we have passed actually delivered more to red states than blue. Because the job of the president is delivered to all of America.
He's got COVID right now. I guarantee it.
Because of you, and I'm not exaggerating, because of you, we've had one of the most extraordinary 4 years of progress ever, period. When I say we, I mean Kamala and me. Just think about it. COVID no longer controls our lives.
You're sick right now, we can tell.
We've gone from economic crisis to the strongest economy in the entire world.
You've gotten 5 shots and you're still sick. You're sick right now. You've been wiping your nose the whole time. You weren't crying. You had a runny nose because you're sick.
Record 16 million new jobs. Record small business growth. Record high stock market. Record high 401ks. Wages up and inflation down, way down, and continuing to go down.
Didn't the stock market take a shit like a week ago?
The smallest racial wealth gap in 20 years. And yes, we both know we have more to do, but we're moving in the right direction. More Americans have peace of mind that comes from having health insurance. More Americans have health insurance today than ever before in American history.
Remember last night we watched that Kamala, I forget, was it Raleigh, North Carolina? We watched her speech from there. And she was saying she's going to combat the rising cost of food prices. We're going to combat that by offering you $25,000 for first-time home buyers, but you're not going to have the rest of the money to buy the house. So unless it's a house that costs $25,000, you're fucked.
And after, as a young senator beginning to fight for 50 years to give Medicare the power to negotiate lower prescription drug prices, we finally beat Big Pharma.
You beat Big Pharma with a money stick. You God damn. What? Who does anybody actually believe those words? You beat Big Pharma?
And guess who cast the tie-breaking vote? Vice President.
Highest, they made more money. I'm so sorry, I'm too fucking baked. I'm at loss of words. It's just so crazy. They made more my profits. That's what I'm looking for. Highest profits in all of history for we know what companies, okay? I don't have to say them. And they were beaten. That's how he calls that getting beat, is record high profits.
President, soon to be President Kamala Harris. And now it's the law of the land. Instead of paying $400 a month for insulin, seniors with diabetes will pay $35 a month. The law we passed already includes, starting in January, every senior's total prescription cost can be capped at $2,000 no matter how expensive the drugs they have. And what we don't focus on...
I say make them pay. They don't need cheaper medication. You need to pay more for the medication, so it gives you a good reason to try to make healthier choices for your life instead of eating fucking Chips Ahoy cookies and then shooting yourself up with insulin. How about that?
And our Republican friends don't seem to understand. Our reforms don't just save seniors money, they save the American taxpayers money.
Your 401k, huh? Bob D, I must admit, my 401k is through the roof. Well, the rest of us are going to die poor, okay? Sorry. Enjoy your money.
Money. You know what we just passed saved? It saved $160 billion over the next decade. That's not hyperbole. It's because Medicare no longer has to pay those exorbitant prices to the Big Pharma. But look, thank you, Kamala, too. Look, folks, how can we have the strongest economy in the world without the best infrastructure in the world? Donald Trump promised Infrastructure Week.
Biden thinks our economy is doing really good because the prices of everything is just so high. He thinks that means it's doing good.
Every week for 4 years. And he never built a damn thing.
We had a wall going. Damn you. You're the loser.
But now, because of what Kamala have done, remember we were told we couldn't get it done. Remember when we came into office, we couldn't get anything passed? But right now, we're giving America an infrastructure decade, not week. We're modernizing our roads, our bridges, our ports, our airports, our trains, our buses. We're removing every lead pipe from schools and homes so every child can drink clean water. We're providing affordable high-speed internet for every American, no matter where they live.
We removed the lead pipes so that we can pump in water that has fluoride and atrazine in it. Yeah.
Not unlike what Roosevelt did with electricity. And so much more. We are uniting the country. We're growing our economy. We're improving our quality of life. And we're building a better America. Because that's who we are. How can we be the strongest nation in the world without leading the world in science and technology?
Good question, Joe.
After years of importing 90% of our semiconductor chips from abroad, which America invented those chips. Our Chips and Science Act meant the private companies from around the world.
America invented potato chips.
Now investing literally tens of billions of dollars to build new chip factories right here in America.
We've got Lay's, we've got Doritos, we've got those Taki things. Those are really good. I like those.
And over that period, they'll create tens of thousands of jobs. And many of those jobs in the so-called fabs, the buildings that make the chips, are being constructed now. And guess what? The average salary in those fabs, size of a football field, will be over $100,000 a year, and you don't need a college degree. Because of you and so many electeds out there, American manufacturing is back. Where'd the hell to say we wouldn't lead the world in manufacturing? 800,000 new manufacturing jobs.
All right, all right.
Our Republican friends and others made sure they'd go abroad to get the cheapest labor. We used to import products and export jobs. Now we export American products and create American jobs right here in America, where jobs belong. With every new job, with every new factory, pride and hope is being brought back to communities throughout the country that were left behind. You know you're from it, many of you. You know what it's like when that factory closed, where your mother, your father, your grandmother, grandfather worked. And now you're back, providing once again, proving that Wall Street didn't build America, the middle class built America, and unions built the middle class. It's been my view since I came to the Senate. And that's why I'm proud that I've been the first president to walk a picket line and be labeled the most pro-union president in history, and I accept it. It's a fact. Because when unions do well, we all do well.
I got a friend that's in a union, and they talk shit about Biden all the time. Oh, yes. Biden has made it difficult for the unions to actually get along. And I don't know if anybody else watching this is in, I don't want to say what friend I got and what union he's in, but Biden's incompetence and, apparent mental state has caused a divide within the unions. I mean, from what I've heard, they mainly kind of just even with Obama, they weren't as divided as they are or have been with Biden for the last 4 years, in case anyone doesn't know about that or whatever. I don't know. It's, that probably, who knows if that goes for every other union, but the one my buddy's in, he's explained it straight up to me.
You got it, man. You got it.
Junior Coltrane, are you in the IBEW? Do you know my buddy? Oh fuck, that's funny.
I agree. I'm proud. Look, remember we told we
Are you my buddy? Junior Coltrane, are you the person that I'm referring to? What the fuck? That's funny.
couldn't get anything done because we couldn't get anything done in the Congress. But with your support,
So I'm not wrong though, right? Junior Coltrane, I'm not wrong with what I'm saying, right? Or well, my buddy who's telling me this, he's not wrong, correct? IBEW. Yeah, that people oh, I'm in Seattle. Yeah, fucking anyway, that's how it is with my buddies here in Florida. But yeah, bro, that's how it be, bro. There's a lot of talk. That's all I'm saying.
we passed the most significant climate law in the history of mankind. Over $370 billion. Cutting carbon emissions in half by 2030. Launching a climate corps, similar to AmeriCorps and Peace Corps, creating tens of thousands of jobs for young people in the future. We're going to make sure this continues. Creating hundreds of thousands of jobs in clean energy for American workers, including the IBEW installing 500,000 charging stations all across
IBEW.
America. And in the process, reducing carbon emissions. And we're seeing it. We're seeing to it that the first beneficiaries of environmental initiatives are those fence-line communities that have been smothered by the legacy of pollution. Louisiana and Delaware.
Junior Coltrane, you are correct. Members hate Joe, but the union bosses love the guy. Yeah. Yeah, well, I've heard. I haven't seen it personally, but I've heard all about it.
Route 9. All the factories, all those chemical factories are right next to the poorest neighborhoods. They're the ones we're going to bring back. And how? How can we be the greatest nation in the world without the best education system in the world? Donald Trump and the Republican friends, and not only can't think, they can't read very well. Seriously, think about it.
Excuse you?
Look at their project 2025.
You can barely walk up a fucking flight of stairs. I've already seen clips. You're not going to make it all the way through this speech without sounding completely fucking stupid. So let's see.
Want to do away with the Department of Education. But during the pandemic,
you guys have seen me read live on stream. I read pretty fast out loud, okay?
Kamala and I helped states and cities get back their schools back open. And we gave public school teachers a raise.
Look, the schools here in America keep people fucking stupid. Let me tell you, I feel stupid. I go on the internet and I watch debates and people from other countries, and I'm like, wow, I'm fucking stupid. And they taught me to be this stupid.
Created apprenticeships with businesses and communities, putting students on a path to a good paying job, whether or not they go to college. And by the way, we're making college a hell of a lot more affordable. Increasing Pell Grants by $900. Over $15 billion to HBCUs, minority service education, including Hispanic institutions and tribal colleges.
Did they increase funding? I know Trump did. Trump increased from what Obama had. I think Obama had decreased. But is this what the number he gave? I didn't even listen. Is that an increase from Trump's presidency?
We kept our commitment to provide more student relief than ever by lifting the burden of helping millions of families so they can get married, start a family, buy a home, and begin to build family wealth and contribute to the community and grow our economy. It's not costing us, it's creating more wealth. We fundamentally transformed how our economy grows, from the middle out and the bottom up instead of the top down. You know, my dad used to say there wasn't a whole hell of a lot to drop down on my kitchen table at the end of the month. I come from a basic middle-class family, 3-bedroom house, 4 kids, a grandpop living with us, decent neighborhood, but never a penny to spare. And look, that top-down notion never worked. A lot of Democrats didn't think it worked, thought it worked, but it doesn't. And when we did all that, what we've done, everybody can do well. Everybody. Donald Trump calls America a failing nation. No, I'm serious. But think about this. Think about this. He publicly says to the whole world, I'm going to say something outrageous. I know more foreign leaders by their first names and know them well than anybody alive. Just because I'm so damn old. But I'm not joking. Think of the message he sends around the world when he talks about America being a failing nation. He says we're losing. He's the loser. He's dead wrong.
You're the loser, Joe. No, you are. Sorry, I'm looking something up real quick, by the way. I'm letting this play for a minute.
Many of you are very successful people who travel the world. Name me a country in the world that doesn't think we're the leading nation in the world. Without America, not a joke, think about it. I'm being literal. Who can lead the world other than the United States of America? Well, guess what? America's winning, and the world's better off for it. America's more prosperous, and Americans are safer today than under Donald Trump. Trump continues to lie about crime in America, like everything else. Guess what? On his watch, the murder rate went up 30%, the biggest increase in history. Meanwhile, we made the largest investment, Kamala and I, in public safety ever. Now, the murder rate is falling faster than any time in history. Violent crime has dropped to the lowest level of more than 50 years. And crime will keep coming down when we put a prosecutor in the Oval Office instead of a convicted felon.
How about a crackhead? How about your son leaving cocaine in the White House? How about that? How does that sound?
And folks, the distinguished senator from the senator from California and I passed the first ban on assault weapons. And guess what? It worked. If we care about public safety, we need to prevent gun violence. And what makes me ashamed when I travel the world, which I do, more children in America are killed by a gunshot than any other cause in the United States. More die from a bullet than cancer, accidents, or anything else in the United States of America. My God. That's why Kamala and I are proud. We beat the NRA when we passed the first major bipartisan gun safety law in 30 years. I'm serious.
What gun safety law did they pass that did fucking anything? What the fuck?
That comes from here. And now it's time to ban assault weapons again.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. Bro, here we go. So this was the thing. People were fighting about this. Look, Kamala said, I played the clips back when I covered this before. Kamala said straight up that she wanted to ban assault weapons. And, you know, there's all kinds of interpretations of that language. But she said she wants to ban assault weapons, which technically means that'll be most firearms, because assault weapon, referring to a gun, is a semi-automatic. When they say assault rifle, that term technically means fully automatic, and those are pretty much banned for everybody unless you have like a class 3 weapons permit or some shit. It's like a high-class weapons license that you need to operate and own fully automatic and sell fully automatic firearms. But the assault weapons, to say you want to ban those, that includes, if you Google it, of course, that includes semi-automatic pistols and rifles, which is the majority of the firearms circulating in America. The funny thing is, people have been debating about this. I don't want to go off on a tangent too much here, but people have been debating about this because Kamala Harris initially, back in 2020, before Biden won, Kamala Harris campaigned on banning assault weapons. So she was telling, back when she was trying to become president 4 years ago, she was telling everybody that she was going to ban assault weapons. And people have been saying, oh, well, she's not going to do that now. She was campaigning on that before. And, now she just, she wants to not tax tips, like Trump said. And, whatever all the other bullshit policies she mentioned the other night. But apparently, according to Joe, cat's out of the bag. That's still a potential policy for Kamala Harris, banning all 90% of firearms in America.
And demand universal background checks.
When we discussed that, a universal background check, that means a firearm registry, because that's the only way that you can keep track of all the firearms. You have to, each firearm has to be registered, and it has to be tracked who the owner is. You can't do a private sale and sell one to your own kid or a friend of yours and keep it off the books. Or, if you buy, when you go to get a background check regularly now, it's not, the feds don't directly have access to knowing what guns you bought. So if you could buy 5 guns and you get one background check, they don't necessarily know how many you have. That would all change with the universal background check, which they love to say you need that because of the gun show loophole, which has nothing to do with gun shows. It's just a loophole of private sales. You can sell a gun privately to someone as long as as far as they don't have a felony. They're not a felon, a criminal.
It's hard. I never thought I'd stand before a crowd of Democrats and refer to a president as a liar so many times. No, I'm not trying to be funny. It's sad. Trump continues to lie about the border. Here's what he won't tell you. Trump killed the strongest bipartisan border deal in the history of the United States that we negotiated with the Senate Republicans. It took 4 weeks.
A border bill that included, few $1 million for Ukraine, but it was, it was a bipartisan, it was a border bill, but it included a bunch of money for Ukraine. Shame on Trump for stopping us from, fixing the border and sending millions of dollars to Ukraine. Shame on him.
Once it passed, and never acknowledged the most expansive border change in American history, he called senators to say, don't support the bipartisan bill, because he said it would help me politically and hurt him politically. My God. No, I'm serious. Think about it. Not a joke. Ask even the press who doesn't like me. They'll tell you that's true. Typically Trump, once again, putting himself first and America last. Then I had to take executive action.
She ain't having it. She ain't voting for Trump.
The result of the executive action I took, border encounters have dropped over 50%. In fact, there are fewer border crossings today than when Donald Trump left office. And unlike Trump,
because they're all already here, you let millions of them through the border. Are you fucking stupid? They're all already here.
We will not demonize immigrants, saying they're the poison of blood of America, poison the blood of our country. Kamala and I are committed to strengthening legal immigration, including protecting dreamers and more.
We've had record numbers of people that already flooded over the border, millions of fucking people. And he's talking about recently it's the numbers trickle down some. Holy shit for brains.
And here's what else I believe in. Protecting your freedom to vote, your freedom to love who you love, and your freedom to choose. In its decision overturning Roe v. Wade, as you heard earlier tonight, the United States Supreme Court majority wrote the following, quote, women are not without electoral or political power. No kidding.
Oh, fuck, Joe. You're wonderful, Joe. We love you, Joe. Let's hear that again in regular speed. Can we?
Following, quote, Women are not without electoral or political power.
What's that quote again? That's a direct quote right there. That he's not messing up as he's speaking. He's actually, that's a direct quote that someone else was stuttering while they said it.
No kidding. MAGA Republicans found out the power of women and
These people will cheer for anything, right? No one knows what the fuck he just said and they're cheering. So they don't care.
2022. And Donald Trump is going to find out the power of women in 2024. Watch.
Please, God, if you're up there, no, no.
And where Trump and his mega Republican right-wingers seek to erase history, we Democrats continue to write history and make more history. I'm proud to have kept my commitment to appoint the first black woman in the United States Supreme Court. Ketanji Brown Jackson, a symbol for every young woman in America that you can do anything. I'm proud that I've kept my commitment to have an administration that looks like America.
No comment on Ketanji Brown. I'm gonna stay out of that. She prosecuted the supposed shooter that went into the pizza place in DC. How about them apples? I rest my case. Thank you.
And that taps in to the full talent of our nation. Most diverse cabinet in history, including the first black woman of South Asian descent to serve as vice president. And will soon serve as the 47th president of the United States.
Kamala is very convenient presenting, they can whatever. Who knew what direction political correctness and all of this shit was going to go? She's just like the perfect race, though, because you can say she's black, you can say she's Indian, you could say she's Irish, she can just you can pass her off as anything. Look at her. Just look. You could say she's Chinese. You could say she's German. You could literally anything.
She is good.
Elizabeth Warren wishes she could pass like any race, like Kamala Harris can. In your dreams, Elizabeth Warren.
Look. Thank you, Kamala.
I think he just smelled a fart. I think he shit his pants and he just smelled it.
Folks, I've long said we have many obligations as a nation. But I got in trouble years ago for saying I'd make no apologies. We have only one truly sacred obligation: to prepare and equip those we send to war and care for them and their families when they come home and when they don't. That's why I'm so proud to have written and signed the PACT Act. One of the most significant laws ever, helping veterans and their families exposed to toxic materials like burn pits and Agent Orange. I was around during the Vietnam War.
I didn't even know what Agent Orange is. It's crazy. They pretty much fucking spray that on our food now. I thought Agent Orange, maybe I'm remembering this wrong, that's possible, but I had no idea Agent Orange was actually to kill the vegetation, right? And people got exposed to it and all fucked up from it. And I think it's loosely related to the the fucking Roundup shit. Glyphosate.
It's hard. Nobody was able to prove that their illness was a consequence of Agent Orange. And no one was able to prove initially that because they lived in burn pits like my son lived next to in Iraq for a year, that is the cause of their illness. But because of the PACT Act, a surviving spouse with 2 children is now eligible for a stipend of about $3,000 a month. And those children who lost a parent are eligible for tuition benefits to go to college and to get job training. It's already helping over 1 million veterans and their families just so far. Well, I love them, and I'm so proud of my son's service. We get it. But guess who doesn't get it and doesn't respect our veterans? We know from his own chief of staff, the 4-star General John Kelly, that Trump, when in Europe, would not go to the grave sites in France. The brave service members who gave their lives to this country. He called them suckers and losers. Who in the hell does he think he is? Who does he think he is? There's no words for a person.
That's unsubstantiated. Keep Trump's name out of your mouth. No, he probably said it, though.
They're not the words of a person not worthy.
And it's okay. I'm not mad. As long as I can afford groceries again, Trump can say whatever he wants about dead military men. I don't care. I just want to be able to afford food.
Being commander-in-chief, period. Not then, not now, and not ever. I mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Those soldiers died so that Trump would have the right to call them losers, okay? It's free speech. It's protected.
Just as no commander-in-chief should ever bow down to a dictator, the way Trump bows down to Putin. I never have, and I promise you, Kamala Harris will never do it. Will never bow down. When Trump
She gets on her knees for Zelensky. She doesn't bow. She gets right on her knees.
left office, Europe and NATO was in tatters. Not a joke. America First doctrine changed our whole image in the world.
No, I don't believe he said that. I'm fucking around here. I like to make jokes at everybody's expense here. I want it. It's the opposite of a safe space in here. Okay, I want everybody to feel vulnerable and afraid of what I might say. So yeah, that's how. But yes, of course, I don't. Why would Trump fucking? Yeah.
Well, they gave the hours, about 190 hours sum total. Them and my counterparts or heads of state in Europe to strengthen NATO. We did. We united Europe like it hadn't been united for years, adding Finland and Sweden to NATO. 10 days before he died, Henry Kissinger called and said, not since Napoleon has Europe not looked over their shoulder at Russia with dread until now. Until now. Well, guess what? Putin thought he'd take Kyiv in 3 days. 3 years later, Ukraine is still free.
All because of Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde, he flew a fighter jet and protected Kyiv.
When I came to office, the conventional wisdom was that China would inevitably surpass the United States. They haven't noticed. No one's saying that now.
It's kind of crazy how they say that Trump and, MAGA Republicans are the party of hate. And it really is scary how angry he gets. Not like, not like I'm actually scared of him, but this is true anger and hatred. Have you ever seen all the shit with everything that they've done to Trump? Have you ever seen Trump shaking his finger at the fucking camera just with pure anger that he can't even hold still, with a fucking angry look on his face, looking so pissed off that he could just strangle a dog with no emotion? Okay, you've never seen Trump this angry. It's kind of scary. And this is like a Hitler speech right here. You've never seen Trump look so unhinged, so fucking angry in a speech. Even after they've arrested him and charged him with whatever the fuck, he just seems like he's having a good time. Trump, not Biden.
And we'll keep working to bring hostages home and end the war in Gaza and bring peace and security to the Middle East. As you know, I wrote a peace treaty for Gaza. A few days ago, I put forward a proposal that brought us closer to doing that than we've done since October 7th. We're working around the clock, my Secretary of State, to prevent a wider war and reunite hostages with their families and surge humanitarian health and food assistance into Gaza now. To end the civilian suffering of the Palestinian people. And finally,
we'll see if the Israeli soldiers let that food aid get to the people of Gaza. We'll see.
Finally deliver a ceasefire and end this war. Those protesters out in the street, they have a point. A lot of innocent people are being killed on both sides.
There's fine people on both sides. See? He said it too, you guys. Joe Biden said it too. Gotcha.
Yes, we worked around the clock to bring home wrongfully detained Americans and others from Russia in one of the most complicated swaps in history. But they're home. Kamala and I are going to keep working to bring all Americans wrongfully detained around the world home. I mean it. Folks, I've got 5 months left in my presidency. I've got a lot to do.
Jesus.
I intend to get it done.
We got this bag of bones for 5 more months. I didn't even think about it like that. That's longer than it feels like it should be.
It's been the honor of my lifetime to serve as your president. I love the job, but I love my country more. I love my country more. And all this talk about how I'm angry at all those people who said I should step down. It's not true. I love my country more, and we need to preserve our democracy. In 2024, we need you to vote. We need you to keep the Senate. We need you to win back the House of Representatives. And above all, we need you to beat Donald Trump. And elect Kamala and Tim, President and Vice President of the United States of America. Look,
Tim Walz is harder to look at than Joe. Tim Walz has the fucking Joker mouth shit. I fucking hate it.
Continue to lead America forward, creating more jobs, standing up for workers, growing the economy, lower the cost of American families so they just have a little more breathing room. We made incredible progress. We have more work to do. And Kamala and Tim will continue to take on corporate greed and bring down cost of food. They'll keep taking on Big Pharma, making insulin $35 a month, not just for seniors, but for everyone in America. And capping prescription drug costs a total of $2,000, not just for seniors, but for everyone. And folks, that's going to save America again tens of billions of dollars. Folks, they'll make housing more affordable, building 3 million new homes, providing $25,000 down payment assistance for the first-time home buyer. More than the 10 we approved. Donald Trump.
Let's hope you can find a home for $25,000, because otherwise you're fucked. Ain't nobody got money for that.
Wants a new tax on imported goods, food, gas, clothing, and more. You know what that'll cost the average family, according to the experts? $3,900 a year in a tax. No, it's a fact. Kamala and Tim will make the child care tax rate a permanent, lifting millions of children out of poverty and helping millions of families get ahead. But you know what Trump has? He created the largest debt any president had in 4 years with his $2 trillion tax cut for the wealthy. Well, Trump has a new plan. He wants to provide a $5 billion tax cut for corporations and the very wealthy. Read it. Put us further in debt. And folks, you know, we have 1,000 trillion. We have 1,000.
Yeah, we need those tax dollars because Ukraine needs them. Don't let them get away with keeping their money.
Billionaires in America. You know what their average tax rate they pay? 8.2%. If we just increase their taxes, we proposed to 25%.
It should be lower.
Which isn't the highest tax rate even. It would raise $500 billion new dollars over 10 years. And they'd still be very wealthy. Look, Kamala and Tim.
Zelensky has a bathtub just full of fucking money at home.
We're going to make them pay their fair share. They'll protect Social Security and Medicare.
He needs a whole entire pool full of money, so we need to increase the taxes on these corporations.
Trump wants to cut Social Security and Medicare. Kamala and Tim will protect your freedom. They'll protect your your right to vote. They'll protect your civil rights. And you know.
Look at this fucking bullshit. Oh God, I'm getting tired. Sorry. Look at this fucking bullshit. God damn.
Trump will do everything to ban abortion nationwide. Oh, he will. You know, Kamala and Tim will do everything they possibly can. That's why you have to elect the Senate and the House to restore Roe v. Wade. The ancient Greeks taught us that character is destiny. Character is destiny. For me and Jill, we know Kamala and Doug are people of character. It's been our honor to serve alongside them. And we know that Tim and Gwen Waltz are also people of great character.
No one that is passing bills to put tampons in boys' restrooms and providing, civil right protections for PDF files. Those are the bills you passed, you should not have this look on your face like you did something. Like you're just like, it's a look of like honor and duty. And you're putting tampons in the boys' room.
Selecting Kamala was the very first decision I made when I became our nominee. And it was the best decision I made my whole career. We've not only gotten to know each other, we've become close friends. She's tough, she's experienced, and she has enormous integrity, Her story represents the best American story. And like many of our best presidents, she was also vice president. That's a goat. But she'll be a president our children can look up to. She'll be a president respected by world leaders because she already is. She'll be a president we can all be proud of. And she will be a historic president who puts her stamp on America's future. This will be the first presidential election since January 6th. On that day, we almost lost everything about who we are as a country. And that threat, this is not hyperbole, that's
God damn it, I thought it would keep playing. All right, well, we got most of the Joe Biden speech. Do we really need to go through all the rest? I thought I could search this on the same page like it works on the fucking app on my phone. God damn it. Yeah, let's move on here because it's getting late. You get it. Joe Biden, fucking Kamala, she's gonna, I'm passing the torch here to this fake black bitch, and you guys are gonna eat it up. Let's move on to Hillary Clinton. DNC speech. Here we go.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer attacks and relieve your asthma symptoms.
I don't have asthma. Why am I getting this ad? YouTube, you're ripping people off.
Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12.
There's a lot of energy in this room, just like there is across the country. Something is happening in America. You can feel it.
She can smell the adrenochrome in the room.
Something we've worked for and dreamed of for a long time. First, though, let's salute President Biden. He has been democracy's champion at home.
What the fuck is this? Hold up. I'm putting the. Are they actually using just like B-roll footage right here? They showed people chanting and you didn't hear chanting. Am I crazy?
First, though, let's salute President Biden. He has been democracy's champion at home and abroad.
I think you could kind of hear something there. Oh, maybe it's not edited.
He brought dignity, decency, and confidence back to the White House.
Yeah, fucking right. Damn, bitch, you really said that with a straight face. You're incredible.
And he showed what it means to be a true patriot. Thank you, Joe Biden, for your lifetime of service and leadership.
Literally a lifetime. He's been in office 80 years.
And now we are writing a new chapter in America's story. You know, my mother Dorothy was born right here in Chicago before women had the right to vote. That changed 104 years ago yesterday.
Those were the days.
About it. Tennessee became the final state to ratify the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. The state legislature was deadlocked until one lawmaker's mother, a widow who read 3 newspapers a day, sent a letter to her son. No more delays, she wrote. Give us the vote. And since that day, every generation has carried the torch forward. In 1972, a fearless Black congresswoman named Shirley Chisholm.
Charlie Chisholm. Give it up for Charlie Chisholm.
She ran for president. And her determination let me and millions of others dream bigger, not just because of who she was, but because of who she fought for.
Have you guys heard Andrew Wilson talk about this? I know some people troll about women not having the right to vote and stuff, but he made interesting points. I don't think women can be drafted. I think this was part of I heard him talk about this the other night, but that women shouldn't be able to vote because essentially they are voting for whoever's going to be in control, and then whoever's going to be in control of the country and so forth would, they're the commander in chief and would be able to draft and send men to war. But women can't be drafted or something like that. Maybe I'll look this up while she's talking, but it was an interesting, I've never heard someone actually put forward like an actual argument why women shouldn't vote, like what, a logical explanation. I've only heard people troll about it online when they're like, oh yeah, women, that's the one good thing about the Middle East is that women can't vote or drive, But he actually had, I'd never heard anybody make a sensible argument.
Working parents, poor children, the last, the least, and the lost. In 1984, I brought my daughter to see Geraldine Ferraro, the first woman nominated for vice president. If we can do this, Jerry said, we can do anything. And then there was 2016, when it was the honor of my life to accept our party's nomination for president.
We need you to send $5 right now. This is a race down to me and Carrie Lake. We cannot have Carrie Lake winning this race. She is an election denier. She wants to have total abortion bans. She is someone that is dangerous to our liberties, to our Constitution.
I'm going to send money to Carrie Lake just because I saw this ad, you fuck.
Nearly 66 million Americans voted for a future where there are no ceilings on our dreams.
Okay, just for the record, I looked it up. Apparently, women cannot be drafted, or it says they as of January 2016, there has been no decision to require females to register with Selective Service or be subject to a future military draft. So that I guess Andrew Wilson was right in that aspect of his argument.
And afterwards, we refused to give up on America. Millions marched, many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here. I wish my mother and Kamala's mother could see us. They would say, keep going. Shirley and Jerry would say, keep going.
Kamala's parents would say, keep going. I can't do an Indian accent. You've got to keep going. Get it? Because they're not black, okay? They're not fucking black. They didn't say, hey, dog, hey, Kamala, hey, you keep that going, girl. You doing good, girl. Yeah, that's my daughter. That's my daughter right there. They didn't sound like that when they said it, okay? That's my point. You guys get it?
Women fighting for reproductive health care are saying, keep going. Families building better lives, parents stretching to afford childcare, young people struggling to pay their rent. They're all asking us to keep going. So, with faith in each other and joy in our hearts, let's send Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to the White House. You know,
we don't want to elect walls. We want to build walls. I stole that joke, okay? I stole that from a Trump impersonator, the guy that was on Alex Stein's show tonight, okay? Full disclosure. Stolen jokes.
the story of my life and the history of our country is that progress is possible, but not guaranteed. We have
Kamala, you've done so well in school. Thank you. Come again. Yes. Sterling Harvey, what's up? What's up? Thank you. Come again. Good evening, Dark Match. Thanks for stopping in, Sterling Harvey. Yeah, we're just we're finishing up the Hillary Clinton speech here.
to fight for it and never, ever give up. There is always a choice. Do we push forward or pull back? Come together as we the people or split into us versus them? That's the choice we face in this election. Kamala has the character, experience, and vision to lead us forward.
Maybe if this was a dick-sucking contest, but no, this is president. She's trying to be elected president, not top cocksucker.
I know her heart and her integrity. We both got our start as young lawyers, helping children who were abused and neglected. That kind of work changes a person. Those kids stay with you. Kamala carries with her the hopes of every child she protected, every family she helped, every community she served. So as president, she will
Every black man that she locked up for smoking weed.
always have our backs. And she will be a fighter for us. She will fight to lower costs for hardworking families, open the doors wide for good-paying jobs, and yes, she will restore abortion rights nationwide.
What the science is showing us is the universe appears to be alive. It appears to be conscious.
Near-death experiences are some of the strongest evidence we have.
Joe Biden had a near-death experience during his speech.
As a prosecutor, Kamala locked up murderers and drug traffickers. She will never rest in defense of our freedom and safety. Donald Trump fell asleep at his own trial, and when he woke up, he made his own kind of history, the first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions.
It's an honor to vote for a felon.
As vice president, Kamala sat in the Situation Room.
They're saying lock him up. I've got it sped up so you can't really tell. But yeah, all these fucking idiots are chanting lock him up.
But we also know, as Vice President Kamala sat in the Situation Room and stood for America's values. I know what it takes, and I can tell you, as Commander-in-Chief, Kamala won't disrespect our military and our veterans.
You notice how much they just hang on to these like straight up lies and misrepresentation, saying that Trump called military members losers and saying that Trump said there's good people on both sides, including Nazi white supremacists. All these bullshit, records of or representations of history, and they hang on to these. You can tell how desperate they are for these lies and misrepresentations to stick, because they constantly repeat the same ones. You'd think if Trump was really that bad, you'd have endless other shit to talk about, but no, every fucking time you hear one of these people talk, it's like, remember, Trump said the military are losers, and he said white supremacists are cool. They're fine people.
She reveres our Medal of Honor recipients. She won't be sending love letters to dictators. She will defend democracy and our Constitution and will protect America from enemies, foreign and domestic. Think about it. The Constitution says the president's job is to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. Those are the words of our founders. Take care. Just look at the candidates. Kamala cares about kids and families, cares about America. Donald only cares about himself. On her first day in court, Kamala said 5 words that still guide her. Kamala Harris, for the people. That is something that Donald Trump will never understand. So it is no surprise, is it, that he is lying about Kamala's record? He's mocking her name and her laugh. Sounds familiar. But we have...
Everyone's mocking her fucking name and her laugh. That fake cackle she uses to get out of tough interviews. Yes, anyone with the fucking IQ in the triple digits can tell that that's a fake ass laugh, and she should be mocked for that fucking disgusting cackle.
Have him on the run now.
Yes, Sterling Harvey, 3 words. Kamala Harris, for the people. She said Kamala said 5 words, and 2 of the 5 were her own name. That's the standard you got for a Kamala quote, is her own name and then 3 more words.
So, no matter what the polls say, we can't let up. We can't get driven down crazy conspiracy rabbit holes. We have to fight for the truth. We have to fight for Kamala.
Oh, of course. She don't want you looking into stuff. Believe me, it's a waste of time. Don't look up any stuff about Hillary Clinton and pizza. It's just all of a rabbit hole. It's a waste of time, and it makes you un-American.
As she will fight for us, because you know what? It still takes a village to raise a family, heal a country, and win a campaign.
The high five at Breck. 5 peaks all above 10,000 feet. 5.
Hurry up, bitch.
And America needs every one of us. Our energy, our talents, our dreams. We're not just electing a president, we're uplifting our nation. We're opening the promise of America wide enough for everyone. Together, we put a lot of cracks in the highest, hardest glass ceiling. And tonight,
you put crack in Hunter's crack pipe.
So close to breaking through once and for all. I want to tell you what I see through all those cracks and why it matters for each and every one of us. What do I see? I see freedom. I see The freedom to make our own decisions about our health, our lives, our loves, our families.
Unless you want to own a gun or don't want to get injected with an experimental drug, you know.
The freedom to work with dignity and prosper, to worship as we choose or not, to speak our minds freely and honestly. I see freedom from fear and intimidation, from violence and injustice, from chaos and corruption. I see the freedom to look our children in the eye and say, in America, you can go as far as your hard work and talent will take you, and mean it. And
look your children in the eye and say, I have cancer because I got injected with something by the government.
you know what? On the other side of that glass ceiling is Kamala Harris raising her hand and taking the oath of office as our 47th President of the United States. Because, my friends, when a barrier falls for one of us, it falls and clears the way for all of us. So for the next 78 days, we need to work harder than we ever have. We need to beat back the dangers that Trump and his allies pose to the rule of law and our way of life. Don't get distracted or complacent. Talk to your friends and neighbors. Volunteer. Be proud champions for the truth and for the country that we all love.
Why is my internet slowing down now? Now is not the time. We've had smooth sailing all fucking night. What is the problem, Spectrum?
I want my grandchildren and their grandchildren to know I was here at this moment, that we were here and that we were with Kamala Harris every step of the way. This is our time, America. This is when we stand up. This is when we break through. The future is here. It's in our grasp. Let's go win it.
Oh, God, disgusting. Okay, it's late. I have to eat dinner, and I got to get out of here. The country is going to shit, and playing 5 more minutes of fucking Biden's, the rest of his speech ain't going to save anybody. So, yeah, let's make our way out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me and going through that. I wouldn't have been able to watch those by myself. Okay, I needed support for that. So I really appreciate you all hanging with me for that. We will be back on tomorrow at 8 p.m. sharp. Who knows what the fuck? I don't know. I think Obama's speaking tonight. I don't know exactly. Who else is speaking at the DNC? Maybe we'll go over the Obama speech. I don't know. I have other shit to talk about. Like I teased earlier, yesterday, or maybe even last week about. I got different stuff to get into. So yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow. Please check in. Thank you everybody for hanging. Junior Coltrane, later, bro. Fat Pig, later. Sterling Harvey, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you for chilling and saying hi in the chat and accompanying me through this fucking speech bullshit DNC. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate the support. Please go if you're new around here, subscribe and like and my stuff. Follow me on Twitter and whatnot. I got parent songs, all kinds of stuff coming out all the time. So yeah, it's never a dull day with this. So okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again. I'm getting out of here. Love you. Yeah.